Good morning, Chloe. It's January 2nd, 2013. Wah! Yes, I am reading The Catcher in the Rye. Why? Because it's amazing so far. I'm about halfway through. I started it this morning. Basically, what I've been doing for the past 2 days is I've been sitting up in my little studio kind of corner here, and I've been reading books and I've been listening to music. I listen to a lot of Radiohead, and today I was listening to The Animal Collective and Treehouse. I also listen to Walk the Moon, but that's no different than everyday life at all. Ooh, I have some coffee left. I'm gonna go get it. God, I just love coffee. What's that? Is that a mug with a picture of the poster art for Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi on it? You better believe it's a mug with a poster art of Star Wars Episode 6 The Return of the Jedi on it. In related news, my big brother is better than yours. He also got me a mug shaped like Iron Man's head, but I tried to find it, but I could not find it, so I'll show that to people some other time. Chloe, The Catcher in the Rye is a lot better than I thought it would be, and maybe it's because of the similarity between the hero of The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield, and the hero of Looking for Alaska, Miles, can't remember his name. What's his name? Halter! Miles Halter. That's what it was. And while I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to read it critically in high school, I'm really glad that I get to read it critically now. Although, as always, the first time I read through the book, I read it for the story, and then the other times I read it, I kind of read deeper into it. Or I try to, at least. It didn't work with The Great Gatsby, it might not work with The Catcher in the Rye, but at least, you know, The Catcher in the Rye is good. I don't mean anything to people who enjoy The Great Gatsby, I just didn't like it at all. And it's not that it's a badly written book, it's a very well written book, but I feel like it's not my style. And I've been reading pretty much all the John Green books. I finished Looking for Alaska, An Abundance of Catherines, Paper Towns, and Will Grayson. Of course, now I feel like I should read The Fault in Our Stars, which I've read about 5 times already, even though it's been out for about a year. I went through this major hiatus in reading during the school year, which I don't like when it happens, but it does, because during the school year I have other things to think about. On this semester, I'll have so many more things to think about. Blah. I didn't just buy The Catcher in the Rye because I just wanted to read it, even though I did. I bought it because John Green's Crash Course is supposed to be doing it this next time around, which they haven't posted a video in a while, which makes me kind of worried. But in buying The Catcher in the Rye, I went to Books-A-Million for the first time. I always get kind of sad when bookstores are also coupled with movie or music stores, because I miss the fact of just having, just books being an income, which I guess doesn't really exist anymore, but, that's not really that important to this conversation, so I'm gonna move on! But since I was reading Paper Towns at the time when I was going into Books-A-Million, I also bought Ovid's Metamorphoses, which is a really good history, Greek mythology, but words mix up. I could probably phrase it a lot better, but since I haven't actually started reading it yet, I'm waiting until after I finish The Catcher in the Rye. I'm not going to describe it anymore. The end. What else is there to talk about? The new year. That's right. Chloe, it turned 2013 yesterday. Or, 2 days ago into yesterday. And as always, people always make New Year's resolutions at the start of a new year. And I've broken my streak of never making New Year's resolutions to make 2. Number 1 is to read more. Number 2 is to practice more. So far, number 1 is going quite well. I haven't practiced yet, though. I think, though, probably both of them will go south, because I think it's an intrinsic property of New Year's resolutions that they will fail. And that sucks to admit, especially when I made such great New Year's resolutions as, practicing more. Especially if you are someone like me who should practice a lot more, because I don't practice very much. And my piano skills have greatly suffered because of that fact. Chloe, here's to a new year, and here's to not messing anything majorly up. I ended with a preposition, didn't I? Here's to not messing up anything major. I'm just gonna drink my coffee. Chloe, I will see you on Friday.